I love dancing and BMing people, and I have a lot of clips like I'm just dying because of that. By the way, hello guys, I'm Kahura. I'm playing Olaf ADC. I started playing it like recently. I'm playing it like for like last 3 months or something, and I reached Challenger 1.1 KLP with it. Why I started Olaf ADC is like you are just losing matchups on top anyways. I was thinking of all by myself. Okay, like I'm losing on top, like, and I can't win my lane. I can't do anything on side lane. I'm weak on fights because of counter picks, and I thought like it's really easy to kill ADC champions. And why am I not just going bot lane and running down the ADC champions? Okay. At the start, when I started trying this, when I started playing Olaf ADC, yeah, people were like acting like, okay, like why are you picking this, bro? Are you trolling? Blah 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 blah. And I was trying to explain it in chat. I was typing a lot when I started doing that. But right now, most likely, like since I'm playing on high low, most of the player is the same. You know, we are playing the same people. There is not much player on high low, so they are just being like, ah, okay, it's Kahura, it's that Olaf ADC guy, it's that like disgusting Olaf ADC player.
Olaf thrives in matchups against champions like Ashe, low mobility champions, depending on the support of course. Olaf excels at handling most ADCs with ease. However, his biggest challenge lies in facing champions like Saya, Kalista and Vayne, champions with high mobility and dashes, making it incredibly difficult to close the gap. It's a frustrating matchup that demands patience and precision. At the moment, the heavy mage meta is certainly no obstacle for Olaf. Champions with long-range poke like Ziggs, Victor, Syndra and even Heimerdinger can make the early game miserable, as it's almost impossible to reach them without taking significant damage. But when they make a mistake, or when it is after level 6, he can simply run them down. When it comes to synergy, Enchanter supports shine alongside Olaf. Champions like Lulu provide immense utility, offering polymorphs, shields, and an ultimate that complements Olaf's kit perfectly, creating high kill pressure. Olaf also pairs well, providing sustain and consistent heals. Additionally, classic engage supports like Thresh and Nautilus work wonders for the more harder matchups, allowing Olaf to capitalize on their crowd control for all-ins. Regarding skill order, there are slight differences between Olaf top and Olaf ADC. Most top laners favor maxing Q first, then E and lastly W, but Kahura takes a different approach. He prefers maxing Q into E and W, but he will use his level 2 skill up for E since he is playing vs ranged champions that can poke him freely in the early game. He values the shield it provides, enabling him to take frequent small trades that wouldn't be possible without level 2 skill up. At level 3, he will go for an other Q, level up making it deal quite a lot of damage and helping him out for securing the creeps.
The most important part with Olaf ADC is till level 6, because level 1, 2, you are being stronger than enemy AD, enemy bot lane, but because of the range advantage, you can't really push the wave, you can't really touch the wave, because you will get poked. If you get poked, you can't do anything on laning 2 versus 2. So I'm playing really safe level 1, and if enemy disrespects, I can go all in level 1, depends on my support. If my support is playing something can CC, it's really easy to kill them on level 1. But most likely, I'm just waiting for level 2, because my champion's W ability is giving like shields and extra attack speed when I'm low HP, and like most of the time people doesn't expect that. And with level 2 all in, even if you can kill one of them, you are just being in a good position because you can manage the wave now. If you are 2 versus 2 on bot, you can't push the waves, at least before level 6. So I am using my summoner timers before level 6 for good all-in. And after the good all-in, I just start taking CS safe with my Qs if I don't have my summoners. That's the thing. Sometimes you will get stomped on bot lane because you're playing a melee champion, but that's the point with the Olaf ADC. It doesn't matter, I don't mind getting 30 CS gap, 40 CS gap, I don't mind getting 1 level gap, because most likely I am winning against enemy ADC. I can kill enemy ADC alone 1 versus 1, like even with like 2k gold lead. There is like no point with crying about losing early with this. So if you can manage reaching level 6 safe without like any kills, you can get 30 CS capped, it doesn't matter, then the game starts. After the level 6, they are not able to step in the lane. They can't play the game. Game just goes to game starts being really hard for enemy ADC, especially if this guy is playing something with no mobility. So like I said, Kalista is hard, Vayne is hard for playing against. It's because you don't know really how when to engage on that champion since they can escape from you. But like I said, imagine you're playing as Ashe, you're playing as Varus on bot lane. You can just choose the time when you want to all in. Otherwise, he needs to play safe, and if he plays safe, he will lose minions eventually. So you start gapping that guy minion wise, gold wise, experience wise slowly. And after the laning phase, you are going to mid lane. It depends on your mid laner. If your mid laner is able to go side lanes and push waves on side, you are able to go mid because your champion, the Olaf champion, is pushing waves really fast. Like after level 9, Olaf Q can one shot the caster minions. Most likely you can just Q caster minions and auto attack the melee minions. So that means you are just pushing waves in like 1 or 2 seconds. So that's a really big thing for mid and late game. So I am just looking for pushing mid after I go mid lane. So like it means around like 14-15 minutes of the game. Yeah, I'm just pushing mid and I'm looking for fights. Olaf is simple champion. If you have your ult, go in, fight. If you don't have your ult, you just don't fight. You just look for gold resources. If you are just getting your gold resources, you are using that resources for next fight with your ult. Without ult, Olaf is the weakest champion in the game. So after you skip the mid game part with perma pushing mid lane, so you are looking for only objective fights with your team. Your team needs to prepare objective fights for you because if you are in a bad position with Olaf, you can't really play the game. If you are able to connect to the enemy ADC on late game, game is over. Enemy ADC can't do anything against your champion. It's really simple. Like I said, Olaf wins the fight or completely loses the fight. There is no other options.
For items, you should always start with Doran's Blade. While it might seem tempting to opt for his shield due to Olaf's weak early game as ADC, the blade offers far more value in terms of sustain and damage. The healing it provides is superior, making it the optimal choice for most situations if you go all in at level 2. In contrast to most Olaf top players, Kahur goes for Ravenous Hydra first item as the sustain and extra damage it gives is really important in the bottom lane as Stridebreaker won't have enough healing sustain. After his first item, he goes Death's Dance or Maw or Maltrus depending if they have enough AP champions, and if not, he would take Immortal Shield Bow because it gives a very strong 1v1 potential. After those 3 items, you can go whatever is needed, Hextech or Spirit Visage, or even going for a crit build, since after Shield Bow, you can continue the spotway and become a melee ADC Jhin Glass Cannon with massive attack speed that in the right hands can really excel. This might be tricky in team fights, but here is how Kahur makes it work.
Role of Olaf in a team fight is high DPS carry looking for good positions. But with good positions, I don't mean playing normal ADC gameplay and like staying safe, play around your team, play like behind of your team and like try to get a good position that you don't die. No, you are looking for a position you can go all in to the 5 person that are staying next to each other, so you can just deal AoE damage with Hydra and your Qs, and you can reset your ults all the time. So that means you have to stay inside of enemy team. You are looking for inside, you are looking for like engage, you are looking for chasing someone, you are looking for sticking on some champion with no abilities. Like sometimes if enemy carries are being out of your range, okay, so you are keeping your Q while auto attacking the front, and you can just like hit your Q on enemy carries because they have to auto attack you, right, for like dealing damage. So that means they will be in your Q range. So if you can hit your Q, you can just ignore the front line and like start chasing the other guy. They can't do anything to you. Okay, you will get more, you will get damage till you reach to the person that you want to focus. But since you have a lot of life steal and you are stronger when you are lower HP, that's being like worse for enemy team. So you can wait for good position. Like I mean, you can wait for enemy ADC or like mid laner to troll the position first, because most likely peoples are like right clicking and attacking to the first thing that they see, and they are just checking. Okay, Olaf is in front of the fight. He needs to take damage. He can't really do anything, like you know. But like it's because they don't expect me to run that fast and ignore the other champions. Olaf is kind of fast champion, and you can slow someone. If you are slowing someone, like it's really hard to escape from Olaf.
When playing Olaf, it's crucial to carefully plan your attack sequence as ENW resets your auto. You can use your Q as initial engage tool into auto W, auto E auto, and you can use your Hydra right after E or auto. The key to maximizing damage is weaving on auto attacks between abilities. You can use your Q as initial engage tool into auto W, auto E auto, and you can use your Hydra right after E or auto. This single auto attack may seem small but can be critical. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a like and comment down who you want to see next. And here is one last tip from Kahura.
Playing Olaf is not that hard, and it's really hard to say if someone is playing bad Olaf or not, or like if someone is playing good Olaf or not, because there is nothing much with the mechanical things, okay? And I think the good thing that I'm doing is focusing to the right targets in fights, so I can keep my ult as long as possible, because I'm just like going in however I want. I am confident about it. The other Olaf players that I watch, they are not being confident about the champion, and you have to play aggressive with the Olaf champion in my opinion. If you are not playing aggressive, if you are not being confident about your all-ins, that means like Olaf is not the champion for you. So I can clearly tell the only thing matters with Olaf is your play style and your focus on fights. If you know, if you can manage how you can focus in fights, that's a really good thing with Olaf. But but I can tell like besides that, with Olaf, macro is really important, because like I said, Olaf wants to join fights. If you want to join fights, that means you need a good macro play. So if you can manage your macro well, it doesn't matter if you are playing like really well Olaf or not, because all you do is actually like just like right clicking and like using ghost. That's all.